like an evil villain. Welcome back. Today we are previewing Newton's Cradle by Smithsonian. And if you check this little cool creation by Isaac Newton, check what happens with these little metal balls. So it demonstrates the conservation of linear momentum, which we will get to explaining in a minute. We will get into Sir Isaac Newton's law of motion. I mean, that's pretty cool, dude. Hold on. Let me explain some stuff. Hold this. Hold this. Let me explain some stuff. Alright, so Newton's Cradle. This is a big poster. I'm not this educated. I know a little bit about Isaac Newton, but just going to read you a little bit here. So, Newton's Cradle is named after Sir Isaac Newton, which I previously stated, in honor of his work with gravity and motion. Although it is named in recognition of Newton's many contributions to science, Newton's Cradle was invented in 1967 by an English actor named Simon Preble, who thought it was fitting to name the object after his countryman Newton. Newton's Cradle illustrates Newton's third law of motion, which says that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay. Long story short, when you lift one of the balls on either side of the cradle, pull it back and let it go. It will hit the four stationary or immobile balls in the center. The energy from the falling ball gets transferred through the center balls to the ball at the other end of the row, which then rises. The repetition of this action will go on for a minute or more as the transfer of energy continues, and inertia keeps the movement going. Okay, let's define a little bit here. There are many variations of this action that you can do by changing the number of balls you pick and drop on either side. Before we get into some things you can try, let's talk about the fascinating Sir Isaac Newton, who is today considered by many to be the greatest scientist who ever lived. Alright guys, if you want to know about Isaac Newton, I'm going to give you a little bit. He was one of the greatest scientific thinkers in history. He was born on Christmas Day, 1642, on a sheep farm in England. Crazy. He was the target of bullies in school at around age 12, where small stature often made him the target. So he was small, so yeah. I mean, he was just very educated. He worked as a professor at Cambridge in mathematics. Yeah. So let's talk about matter. Matter is anything that has mass and occupies a space. Any physical substance. Right? Mass, a specific quantity or amount of matter. Momentum, the amount of motion of a moving object or body, which is the product of its velocity and its mass. Inertia, as we said before, inertia carries the reaction through the balls. It's the power by which an object continues in its existing state of rest or motion in a straight line unless it is acted upon by an outside force, like that dropping ball. So yeah. I mean, that's really it. We just wanted to do a little review here. As you can see, as it clear, just take one of them balls, boop, 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 boop. Thank you, Smithsonian. We no longer have to view digital versions of Newton's Cradle. End it.